Have you ever noticed that the more available you are, the less people seem to value you? The more you answer every call, every message, every demand, then the more they begin to treat your presence as something ordinary. At first it feels like kindness. It feels like loyalty. It feels like being a good person. But over time, something strange happens. People stop appreciating what they get for free. They stop respecting what is always there. They stop noticing the person who is constantly available. And this is where most people make a mistake. That silently destroys their value. They believe that being available all the time will make others love them more. But Stoic philosophy teaches the opposite. The more you give away your attention without limits, the less valuable it becomes. Your time is your life. Your energy is your life. Your focus is your life. And when you hand these things out without boundaries, you slowly teach people that your life has no value. Marcus Aurelius understood this truth centuries ago. He knew that a person who cannot control where his attention goes will eventually lose control of himself. That is why the strongest people are not the ones who are available to everyone. They are the ones who choose carefully where their energy goes. They understand that every yes is a no to something else. Every hour given away can never be recovered. Every moment wasted is a piece of life that disappears forever. Think about the people who command respect wherever they go. They are not running after attention. They are not constantly trying to prove themselves. They are not available 24 hours a day. They have boundaries, they have priorities. They have standards, and because of that, people value their presence. Most people fear becoming unavailable because they are afraid of losing others. They fear rejection, they fear criticism, they fear being misunderstood. But what they fail to realize is that constantly seeking approval often creates the very thing they fear. When people see that you are willing to sacrifice your own needs for their convenience, they begin to expect it. What was once appreciated becomes expected. What was once respected becomes ignored. This is why Stoicism teaches emotional independence. Your peace should not depend on someone else's approval. Your confidence should not depend on someone's attention. Your value should not depend on how often people choose you. Because the moment your self-worth depends on others, you hand them power over your life. And the Stoics believe that true freedom begins when you take that power back. Imagine waking up every day without the need to impress anyone. Imagine making decisions based on your values instead of people's opinions. Imagine being so focused on your purpose that you no longer feel the need to explain yourself to everyone. This is the power of becoming less available. It is not about arrogance. It is not about ignoring people. It is not about pretending to be important. It is about understanding your worth. It is about recognizing that your attention is one of the most valuable things you possess, and valuable things are not given away carelessly. The modern world encourages constant availability. Notifications never stop. Messages never stop. Demands never stop. Everyone wants access to your attention. Everyone wants a piece of your focus. And if you are not careful, you can spend your entire life responding to what everyone else wants, while forgetting what you want. The Stoics would see this as a dangerous trap. Because a distracted mind is easily controlled. A distracted person is easily influenced. A distracted life is rarely a meaningful one. Every great achievement requires periods of isolation. Every strong character requires moments of reflection. Every successful person understands the importance of protecting their time. Yet many people feel guilty when they do this. They feel guilty for saying no. They feel guilty for taking space. They feel guilty for choosing themselves. But there is nothing selfish about protecting your peace. There is nothing wrong with valuing your time. There is nothing arrogant about refusing to be available for every distraction that comes your way. In fact, it is necessary, because if you do not protect your time, someone else will use it. If you do not protect your energy, someone else will drain it. If you do not protect your focus, someone else will control it. The strongest people understand that boundaries are not walls. Boundaries are filters. They allow good things in while keeping destructive things out. They allow you to focus on what truly matters. They allow you to preserve your energy for meaningful pursuits. They allow you to build a life based on purpose rather than pressure. Many people spend years trying to become more attractive, more successful, more respected. Yet they ignore one simple truth. Scarcity creates value. People value what is rare. People appreciate what is limited. People respect what cannot be easily obtained. This principle applies to time, energy, and attention. just as much as it applies to anything else. When you become available to everyone, you become ordinary when you become selective with your attention. You become valuable. This does not mean playing games. It means living intentionally. It means deciding that your life deserves more than endless distractions. It means understanding that your future depends on how you spend your present. The Stoics often reminded themselves that life is short, not to create fear, but to create clarity. Every day that passes is a day you will never get back. Every hour spent trying to please everyone is an hour taken away from your own growth. Every moment wasted on unnecessary drama is a moment stolen from your purpose. Once you truly understand this, your priorities begin to change. You stop chasing people who do not value you. You stop explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. You stop fighting battles that do not matter. Instead, you focus on becoming stronger, wiser, calmer, and more disciplined. And something remarkable happens. The less you seek validation, the more confident you become. The less you chase attention, the more attention you attract. The less you depend on others, the more powerful you feel. Because true strength comes from within. It comes from knowing who you are, even when nobody is watching. It comes from maintaining your standards, even when it is difficult. It comes from remaining loyal to your values, even when others disagree. The world is full of people who want instant access to your energy, but not everyone deserves it. And not everyone deserves your time. Not everyone deserves your attention. And learning this lesson may be one of the most important decisions you ever make. Stop being available for disrespect. Stop being available for manipulation. Stop being available for unnecessary negativity. Stop being available for people who only remember you when they need something. Instead, become available for growth. Become available for discipline. Become available for peace. Become available for purpose. Become available for the life you truly want to build. Because the moment you start valuing your own time, other people begin valuing it too. The moment you respect your own boundaries, other people start respecting them too. The moment you stop treating yourself as ordinary, the world begins to see you differently. Remember this: you do not become valuable by making yourself available to everyone. You become valuable by becoming someone whose time, attention, and presence means something. And that starts the moment you decide that your life is too important to be wasted on things that do not deserve it. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. The question is whether you are ready to understand it today. One of the hardest lessons in life is realizing that not everyone deserves unlimited access to you. Many people grow up believing that being a good person means always saying yes. They believe that kindness means sacrifice. They believe that love means constant availability. But wisdom teaches something different. Wisdom teaches that if you never protect your own well-being, eventually you will have nothing left to give. Imagine a candle that burns for everyone around it, but is never allowed to recover. Eventually the flame becomes weaker. Eventually the light begins to fade. Eventually there is nothing left. This is exactly what happens when you give your attention away. Without limits, you become exhausted. You become distracted. You become disconnected from your own purpose. And yet, many people continue doing it because they fear disappointing others. The Stoics would ask a simple question: why are you so afraid of disappointing others while constantly disappointing yourself? Why are you willing to sacrifice your peace to gain temporary approval? Why are you willing to ignore your own needs to satisfy people who may never appreciate your efforts? These are uncomfortable questions, but they reveal an important truth. A life spent seeking approval is not a life of freedom. It is a life of dependence. The moment your happiness depends on being accepted by everyone, you become a prisoner of their opinions. You become vulnerable to their judgments. You become controlled by their expectations. This is why emotional discipline is so important. Emotional discipline means learning to tolerate disappointment. It means accepting that not everyone will understand you. It means accepting that some people will be upset. When you create boundaries, and that is okay, not everyone benefits when you become stronger. Not everyone benefits when you become independent. Not everyone benefits when you stop being available on demand. Some people only enjoyed your presence because they had unlimited access to your time and energy. The moment that access becomes limited, their attitude changes. But this is not a sign that you are doing something wrong. It is often a sign that you are finally doing something right. Strong people understand that. Respect is not built through endless availability. Respect is built through consistency. confidence and self-respect. When people see that you value your own time, they begin to value it too. When people see that you refuse to tolerate disrespect, they become more careful about how they treat you. When people see that your life has purpose, they recognize that your attention is valuable. Think about nature. The most powerful things in the world do not chase attention. Mountains do not demand admiration. Oceans do not ask for validation. The sun does not seek approval before it rises. They simply exist in their strength. They simply fulfill their purpose. And because of that, they command respect. Human beings are no different. The more secure you become in who you are, the less you need external validation. The less you need validation. The more confident you become, and the more confident you become, the less available you are. But for things that distract you from your mission, this is where real transformation begins. It begins when you stop asking, "How can I make everyone happy?" and start asking, "How can I live according to my values?" That single shift changes everything. Suddenly your decisions become clearer. Suddenly your priorities become stronger. Suddenly your life begins moving in a meaningful direction. Most people never experience this because they spend too much time reacting. They react to every notification. They react to every opinion. They react to every criticism. They react to every demand placed upon them. Their lives become a series of reactions, rather than intentional actions. But Stoicism teaches a different path. It teaches that power comes from response, not reaction. It teaches that wisdom comes from reflection, not impulse. It teaches that peace comes from mastering yourself. Rather than controlling others, imagine the freedom of no longer needing to respond immediately to everything. Imagine the confidence of knowing that your worth does not depend on how available you are. Imagine the peace of focusing only on what truly matters. This is not a fantasy, it is a choice. A choice that becomes available the moment you decide to value yourself. Every day presents opportunities to practice this lesson. Every day you can choose whether to protect your attention or waste it. Every day you can choose whether to strengthen your boundaries or weaken them. Every day you can choose whether to move closer to your purpose or further away from it. The future you want will not be created by accident. It will be created through discipline, through focus, through intentional choices repeated consistently over time. And one of the most important choices is deciding who gets access to your energy. Because energy is life. Where your energy goes, your future follows. If your energy is constantly consumed by negativity, your future becomes limited. If your energy is consumed by distractions, your future becomes scattered. But if your energy is directed toward growth, learning, discipline, and purpose, your future becomes powerful. The Stoics understood that external circumstances cannot always be controlled. People will disappoint you. Challenges will appear. Criticism will come. Obstacles will arise, but your response remains yours. Your attention remains yours. Your choices remain yours. And that is where true power lives. Not in controlling the world around you, but in controlling yourself within it. So stop measuring your value by how many people want your attention. Stop measuring your worth by how available you are. Stop measuring your success by how often others approve of you. Measure yourself by your discipline. Measure yourself by your integrity. Measure yourself by your commitment to becoming a better version of yourself. Every day, because at the end of life, people will not remember how quickly you replied to messages. They will not remember how available you were for every distraction. They will remember the impact you made. They will remember the character you built. They will remember the example you set. And most importantly, you will remember whether you lived according to your values or according to other people's expectations. The choice is yours. Continue giving away your attention without limits and remain ordinary, or protect your time, honor your purpose, and become someone whose presence carries real weight. The Stoics chose the second path. They understood that life is too short to be spent chasing approval. Life is too precious to be wasted on things that do not matter. And once you understand this truth, you will never see your time the same way again. You will realize that your attention is a currency. Your energy is an investment. Your focus is a superpower. And the people who achieve greatness are not the people who give these things away carelessly. They are the people who guard them wisely. So from this day forward, remember one simple rule. If it destroys your peace, drains your energy, weakens your focus, or pulls you away from your purpose, you do not need to be available for it. Protect your mind, protect your energy, protect your future. Because the moment you stop being available for everything, you finally become available for the things that truly matter.